Let's be real about our teams. Part 2. Tiger fans.
Tiger fans, we're here. We're here. We're here. Virtual hugs. We're here for you, and we need y'all. So hey, man.
All right, I guess I'll lead us off. For those who did not pay attention to Twitter, who did not pay attention to CBS, who did not pay attention to the recent game, Memphis did lose to Memphis just now in a very important, pivotal game that would lead to the March Madness, that would lead to the tournament. So Memphis did lose 67-64 to Houston. So I put the order in the chat. Y'all, please tell me what you thought of the game. Tell me what you liked, what you did not like. And then after that, we'll go into the AAC conference tournament preview.
Oh, man, I'm first. Oh, Lord.
There you go. I passed that off so quickly.
I was not ready.
Real quick, Steve Nash.
Yep.
So I'm not even going to analyze the game. I'm going to leave it to y'all. I'm going to let y'all do that. I'm going to just talk about what needs to happen going forward. I tweeted it out on Twitter. And if I'm a coach, that's why today my name is Coach Savage. If I'm a coach, I'm in the locker room. I'm like, one, gentlemen, good game, good fight. Like, we didn't make free throws. We had a lot of fouls. We didn't rebound on offense or on defense, rather. So that's not good. But at minimum, we took the number 9th ranked team, Houston, best team in the conference, top 10 team in the country, to the brink, to where they had to beat us on a half-court, well, mostly half-court bank 3. That was a questionable, starting time or whatever. But all that aside, if I'm Coach Penny Hardaway, this is what I'm saying. Y'all remember this feeling. Remember this shit. Remember this shit when we see them niggas again down the road. I know I'm cussing. I know I'm going off, but that's what he's saying in the locker room. We know that. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real.
It's real, bro.
Remember this shit when y'all see them again on Saturday or Friday, whatever day it's on. And let that just marinate in your system, because we're going right back at it later on this week. So I wouldn't be mad if I'm Penny. It is what it is. That's March Madness. This that time of the year where all threes tend to go in, half court, full court, corner, double team, triple team, all the shots go in. So you deal with that and you come back again for the conference tournament ready to go. So good game, Tigers. Close but no cigar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, simply what Savage said, but I'll try to keep it brief. I do want to give my flowers out. It was basically a tale of two halves, literally. Do want to give my flowers for this game to Malcolm Dandridge, who came in that first half and gave some big minutes off the bench after Musa Cisse and DeAndre Williams, for that matter, picked up 2 early fouls, which forced them to sit on the bench for the majority of the first half. So kudos to Malcolm Dandridge for that. Also want to give a shout out to Landers Nolly, because I noticed in that first half, I don't think Landers Nolly sat down. I think he played the entire first half. And the Tigers looked a little bit more fluent on offense when they're able to create opportunities for him to make plays for others, like that nice little screen and roll, or those double screen actions to free himself up to put him in space. And when he's in space, that's 9 times out of 10 it's a guaranteed bucket, or he's dumping it off to somebody or making a play for someone else. Of course, I was not too fond of the refs in this game. I was more of the proponent of letting them play because it was established, like, literally in the first half. I think after Malcolm Dandridge had got that big dunk once he came in the game, and the refs stopped the game and just kind of warned everybody against a trash talk. And I'm like, yep, the refs are trying to invoke themselves in this game, and this is not going to be pretty. But despite the refs, of course, it was typical Memphis fashion with the free throws. Rebounding, of course, we lost the rebound battle that Savage just mentioned. Second half, of course, it was all DeAndre Williams. That's literally what I tweeted. Second half analysis was just one thing, DeAndre Williams. Like, him being in the game made a huge difference, and that's what eventually got Memphis back in the game. But in the end, close but no cigar. I'm not going to repeat what Coach Savage said. You heard what he said as far as remember this game. It's going to serve as a huge motivation factor going into the conference tournament.
Right on, man. Salute to Savage for what you said, man. This isn't one of those games that, they should keep their heads down. Like, in all honesty and in fairness, I was expecting to come on the podcast, a little bit more upset because I'd be like, damn, lack of effort. Damn, too many turnovers. Damn, too many people open. You know what I'm saying? Just ready, to speak my mind about how poor I thought the Tigers did, and it's completely not the case of it today. So kudos to them for literally at the buzzer, like dude calling game like he Dame Lillard. Like, I tweeted that, but it is what it is. Like, he knew it was going in, but Tigers took him to a top 10 team to 3. Like, this is what I've been waiting to see all season. Let's be competitive against a better team, per se. So we will see them, I guess, Friday, Saturday. We'll find out in a couple minutes, but I will be eyes glued to the TV. I don't expect to see Alo back, and y'all know how bad I wanted him to play this game. Like, I think he would have been the deciding factor, and a lot of, in Twitter world feel the same way. We're starting to see his worth, and I think this is one of those games where Alo's worth, and of course, free throw shooting, came to hunt. So, we'll see him again in a week's time, but kudos to the Tigers, kudos to Houston for, what, y'all, I think it's karma too. Before you go, I think it's karma. Because we've been joking about Houston all year about how they jerked James Harden, about how they trashing Deshaun Watson, about how they just doing everything, and our favorite team end up losing at the needle like that. So, I mean, it's karma. There's something going on in Houston.
Nobody's trying to hit it too. Nobody's trying to hear anything.
It's karma. If I want to hear karma, it may be karma, bro.
Houston needs something right now, so I guess they need something going their way. I guess.
So took a lot of notes about this game. This is one of the first games that I really was just able to dive in and not be too distracted with what I saw from Memphis. And I can say that I feel the sentiments of coach. Yes, this is a good game. Yes, we shouldn't hold our heads high, but at the end of the day, these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. They're going to feel a certain way. As a matter of fact, I saw them feel a certain way when Penny called a timeout with 1:05 left in the game. And there was body language. I said, well, like, coach, why are you calling a timeout? Like, we got this. Like, just let Penny be Penny, right? Overall, though, sorry, dad moment. Overall, foul shooting, of course, we shot 50% from the free throw line. And some of those free throws were one-on-one situations, which means we missed the front end of a 1-on-1, which means we don't even get the chance to shoot a second free throw. Turnover fouls were 20-16. And so your tale of two halves, Trevor, we got a lot of the calls the first half, meaning a lot of calls were called on Memphis, but a lot of calls were called on Houston actually in the second half. But guess what didn't happen? We didn't execute the free throws, right? So as much as we want to blame the refs, because I know that's going to happen, and I'm not saying it's going to be us, as much as we want to blame the refs, we actually had the opportunity in the second half and got more fouls called for us because we got more aggressive. We played a little bit better defense, and we didn't execute. There's three things I always teach basketball: discipline, defense, rebounding. Those are the three things, all right? Discipline, turnovers, all right? That's one, along with foul shooting, right? Got to be able to make those. Defense, to your point, Dandridge played decent offensively, but there were some times on defense where I saw him kind of lost in regards to, am I supposed to be down low in the post, or should I be out here covering the three where my man was at? And so I saw that. And I always keep track of the game. Moose can't shoot 31%, by the way, at all. I don't care who you are.
Or miss easy dunks.
Yes, at the 11-minute mark, I thought that was a big change of the game because we were actually rolling in the second half. And then to miss that dunk on a fast break was huge. A few other things I want to talk about. Transition. Transition in regards to offense and defense. More importantly, defense. When we got beat defensively, what happened? They got and ones, especially in the first half. And that again killed us. Killed the game as it stood. My other part, and then I'll let Sharky go. Down the stretch in the last 2 minutes of the game, there were three back-to-back possessions where a player of Memphis had zoned off into the post. But because of the offense that we run, we didn't see the post player that was open to make the move. Instead, we tried to hold out for the 3-point shot or what have you. And that was, again, 3 straight possessions that we actually missed all 3 shots. But had we went down low first and then let them create after that, Williams was in the game at that point because he got checked in a little bit late. And so we took out, Moose and things like that. Feed the post first, see if it's there, then kick it back out. And I didn't see that. And so Penny, salute to you all, but we gotta make some changes. And some of these changes can happen. But what I just mentioned, I know it's a slew of things, fellas. I just took good notes. But we got to do some changes. But please, 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 I do not want to hear not us. I don't want to hear people blame the refs because the refs switched how they were calling in the second half, and we, Memphis Tigers, did not execute. It shows with 50% free throw shooting at this time.
Yep, and to your point, Sheedy, about the refs, I actually muted Tigers fans who were complaining all the whole first half, because you know me. Did y'all expect to get good calls in Houston? So why are you complaining? Right, y'all knew this was gonna happen, right? And to your point, I mean, Houston was in foul trouble as well. Now it wasn't as bad a foul trouble as we were, but foul wise, both teams were in the bonus, double bonus in the first half. Yep. Second half, we won more our way. So foul calls, like I said, I'm Houston fans, so I have unmuted them now, but during the game, I was like, no, I'm not trying to see that because are y'all surprised? Nah, y'all shouldn't be surprised. Let's just be real. But second half, DeAndre Williams, I mean, obviously he's the best player. He's a gift and a curse. I said he's an ultimate good play followed by a bad play type of player. We did well with turnovers in the first half. I mean, second half, he came in, balled us back, but he also had turnovers. We had like 4 turnovers at 5 possessions at one point. He had like 3 of them. So DeAndre Williams is just the ultimate. He's our best player, but he's so erratic. And that missed dunk he had that hurt. Moose had missed dunk late in the game. Those things really collectively lost us the game. But overall, this really nitpicking. It was a great game. Man, we couldn't ask for a better performance by that team. Considering how we've been all year, we consistently got better. That was a great game. We're about to talk about the conference tournament in a minute, but we might see them again Saturday. I really had no problems. It's a crushing way to lose. But my whole thing, I think I told y'all a little bit before, Skyler and Sheedy, rebounds was my thing. All those offensive rebounds we gave up. Mm-hmm. We're not a good free throw shooting team. So same thing as the fouls thing. Are y'all surprised? Are y'all really surprised at us missing free throws? I wasn't expecting us to shoot a good percentage of the free throw line. It was those rebounds to me lost it because we were going to miss free throws. We're not a good free throw shooting team. The foul calls, the referees were going to make bad calls in favor of Houston. Those things are going to happen. We had to do everything else correct. We did pretty good with turnovers, which shocked me. But the rebound is what hurt us the most to me.
Yeah, so let me take your free throw topic and then let me ride that curve just a little bit. I think for me, I'm going to give Penny a little blame in this. I know he's not on the court. I know he's not part of the reason why there were so many offensive rebounds for Houston, why there were so many missed free throws for Memphis, why Boogie struggled minus the big 3 that he hit towards the end of the game. And then also the fouls. Like, I think for me, as I'm always critical of the coaches, and I feel like at some point, Penny, you have to stress the importance of easy baskets that you're missing, whether it's Cisse, whether it's DeAndre Williams turning the ball over. Stress the point of easy points, free throws. We missed 10 free throws. So, Tarky, am I like shocked about it? No. But if it's me, I'm looking at Penny Hardaway and say, you have to make sure that these players understand the importance of points in this game. You can't miss 10 free throws. You can't turn the ball over in the rate in which you did, which I think it was a little bit better this game than it had been other games. But then for me, yes, I feel like the refs could have called. They could have kept the whistle silent a little bit, but also tell your team, okay, yeah, we're playing really good defense, but let's step back a little bit, or adjust a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Because they were playing really good defense. There were times, several times, 5-10 times I counted where Houston was with 5 seconds left and they hadn't put a ball up. But it's defending without fouling. It's being able to say, okay, like, I got you. If you make this basket over me, then you make it. But there were several times they were fouling at the end of the shot clock. So for me, really good game by Memphis. I'm just critical of Penny Hardaway to say you have to make sure that your team understands the importance of free throw shooting, turning the ball over, and defending without fouling. And I'm really just kind of bummed out about it because I feel like that's a game they could have had. That's a game that if you win, all you have to do next week in the tournament is win a game or two, you're in. Now you're at the point where, like, now you have to go out and win the tournament. And if you ask me now, and then I'm about to pass it to y'all here, if you ask me now, do I believe Memphis can go out and win the tournament? No, because they hadn't shown me that they can do it. They've shown me that for not only this year, when they go up against big teams, they've showed me that last year, and they've shown me that the year before. So if you ask me, do I see Memphis going and winning the tournament? No. So same order. What do y'all think Memphis will do in the tournament next week?
Oh, they winning for me. I have no doubt that this team is going to. I mean, of course, free throws, fouling, all that stuff. But I genuinely believe that they are going to see this game, and they are going to use it as motivation to play their asses off for the duration of this tournament. Any other team aside from, like, Houston and Wichita, I don't think you want to see Memphis come Wednesday, Thursday, whenever they play. I don't think you don't want to see this team after losing like this, because I feel like they got days to rest. Hopefully Alo gets to play, but I honestly believe, and I said this a week or so ago, Memphis is going to the tournament one way or another. Whether the committee is like, cool, like we think Memphis is going to bring an audience, or they're going to outright win this conference tournament. I call me crazy, call me biased, a fan. Like, I think Memphis is going to win this tournament and get to March Madness.
So where would Memphis be on this bracket currently? Would it be this second from the bottom? Would that match up between Tulane and Tulsa?
Yeah, second from the bottom. They'll be 3 seed, 2 seed at the bottom. So they're not winning. Until you prove to me you could beat Tulsa, we're not. Boom.
I'm sorry. It is what it is, Tigers fans. Until you prove to me, you haven't proved last season, you haven't proved this season that you can beat Tulsa. Until you prove to me you can beat Tulsa, it's a wrap.
I think that we're gonna carry that some kind of momentum into that Tulsa. So I can see us playing Houston, but I think we also got to give Houston credit for what they did right as well, right? And for us to only lose to them by 3 points, they may come out with an extra fire. They coach might get into their ass like, hey, y'all a top 10 team, y'all lost to y'all we only won by 3. Like, when we see this team again, because I'm gonna say, like, Memphis Houston is gonna come back. When we see that team, y'all better come with that fire, because they're gonna come right after y'all. And I don't see Memphis getting past that, unfortunately. Like you said, Trev, until we beat Tulsa, you know what I'm saying? We really can't say much. And I mean, that you hit it spot on. So we can't beat Tulsa, then how are we supposed to be, regardless of the game that we had today, how are we supposed to be the top 10 team? So, we beat Tulsa. I don't think we get past Houston.
Yeah. I hope Alo comes back. I hope there's a full squad for Memphis. But I think Memphis, it's like someone popped you a balloon with this game, right? We got all the balloons up, we about to go, and then he hits that 3 and calls game. It just sucks the air all out. So what is this week of prep going to do? How are we going to respond, say a week, but so these days of prep going to do for us to beat, whether it's Tulsa or Tulane? To y'all's point, I believe it will be Tulsa. And prepare. And we've seen what Penny can do. I'm not sold on Penny being a head coach in D1 basketball yet. And so to me, I don't think they make it past Friday. If they do, they definitely won't make it past Saturday, which means they don't win this tournament. And do they have enough quality wins to then make, if they win one game, do they have enough quality wins to go into the tournament? I think they're 0-2 or 0-3 against certain squads in the quad 1. And so I'm sorry, Memphis, and I don't want it to be another year. This is 2014 is the last season that Memphis has been in the tournament. I hate to say it's going to be until 2022, but it would be because of our faults. It would be because of free throw shooting. It would be because of lack of effort. Rebounding is effort. Defense is effort. So I don't think that happens.
So y'all put me in a tough position, leaving my good brother Savage by himself on this train.
It'll be all right.
And y'all know I'm the ultimate, like the Grizzlies. Until I see them beat the Pelicans, I ain't gonna say they're gonna beat the Pelicans. So it's like Tigers and Tulsa. I can say the same thing with Houston and ECU because they lost to ECU this year. But I'm going to veer and say Tulane's going to upset Tulsa. That's what I'm going to go with. And Memphis, flying high, playing their best basketball of the year. Savage, I'm with you, man. We ain't been to the tournament since 2014. But 1 year in El Paso, back in like 2011, it was our freshman year, 2011. Joe Jackson and them went to El Paso.
Joe Jackson.
I remember on that game-winning layup in the championship game, get to NCAA tournament. That's what we're gonna do to Houston on Friday after we get past Tulane, not Tulsa. On Friday, we're gonna do that to Houston on Saturday, and we're gonna beat whoever is waiting for us in the championship game. SMU, Cincinnati, Wichita State, you name it. NCAA tournament bound. First time is 2014. Let's get it. Go Tigers, go baby.
Let's go, Shark. Let's go.
Sure. And as I wrap this segment up, I think if you ask anybody on the podcast, can they do it? Can Memphis go out and win the tournament? I think all of us genuinely would say yes. But it's just a matter of like they haven't beaten a true quality team in the past couple of years. And so I think it's just a matter of just and Sharky and Savage, no shade to y'all, but like I appreciate that. It's just for us, it's like you ain't shown us nothing. You hadn't shown me that you can beat Tulane. You hadn't shown me that you can beat Houston. And so, I mean, I really want it because they literally have one of the best defenses that I've seen in the past couple of years in college basketball. Yes, Virginia's up there, but Memphis, when they want to, can lock down anybody, and they can do it for stretches of times. It's just when it's time to shoot free throws, when it's time to cut back on the turnovers, it's hard for Memphis to do that. And so that's why I think we're all a little skeptical about it. But, I mean, we'll go from here. We'll see if they can win the tournament. I really hope that we can come on next week and be in much better moods today. But we'll see.
Book it. I'm telling y'all, book it.
I appreciate that.
It'll be a close one, man. But I just can't see them getting past Tulsa.
I'm gonna just be quiet. I don't want to put no negative energy on it.
I would love to run the table, but
to be real, let's be real, man. I
just don't see it.
This levels to my real.
You have to show me.
I want it to happen. I want it to happen.
You want it to happen too.
I'll say this, y'all. Y'all seen what I've done to the Knicks. I'm just saying. Y'all seen what Coach Savage has done. I'm in the locker room. I'm letting y'all know.
Coach of the year.
Well, I need you to be in the locker room with them on these free throws.
We ain't got nobody putting up triple doubles, so it's like.
All right, let's move forward.
All right, it is on me. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached All-Star Weekend. Well, actually, the actual All-Star game. Everything is going to be taking part on today. Of course, just a couple of days ago, former Grizz and current Utah Jazz player Mike Conley finally, round of applause, definitely finally decides to get the All-Star nod. He'll be replacing Devin Booker as a alternate who's injured. So this prompted a huge question that has been circling around social media, and Sharky, the captain, actually brought it to the podcast. And we'll just keep the same order that we had. So we'll go Savage, Toop, Sheedy, Sharky, and then myself. In your mind, and this will be for all time, who is the best NBA player to never make an All-Star team? In your opinion,
I don't know if this is like the best player ever, but this is one of my favorite players ever. And of course, y'all know me. I gotta go to Team Southpaw, and I'm gonna go Jalen Rose because Jalen Rose was a walking bucket with Indiana. Spent a lot of time. Shout out Mike Conley. But yeah, like those years with Indiana, with Reggie Miller, giving the Bulls some problems, giving all the Nets some problems, giving a lot of teams out of the East some problems. People forget that Jalen Rose was putting up points with Reggie. I know it was one game they both scored like 40 points together. So even going back to like his years in Indiana, he put up 18 a game one year, 20.5 a game one year, 18.5 again. And then he went to Chicago, got traded there, and he was motivated. He put up 24 points a game that year. So for him to not make at least one All-Star game, I think it's just criminal. But I mean, his post career has been arguably on GOAT status because he's like all up on ESPN and in podcasts, doing stuff with the community. Has his school in Detroit. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Rose as the, I guess, an all-time snub in general for the All-Star game.
Good pick, bro. I actually had to pick somebody that actually works with Jalen Rose to this day. We joke about him because the latter part of his career took so long to retire. So a lot of people didn't get to see him in his heyday. But Richard Jefferson, y'all, he was a baller. You talk about somebody that can put the ball in a hole and defend. He was a good two-way player. He actually had 2 seasons in his earlier days with the Nets, averaging 20 points a game. I think I got 1 year, it was 2007, 2008, when he was actually top 10 and scoring number 3 in the East, at 22.6 points per game. And he still wasn't an all-star, in the Eastern Conference, which I guess, was packed, with Tracy McGrady and the Paul Pierces of the world. But when you look at the Nets, like the Nets were good, they still had Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin. But RJ putting up, 20 points, averaging 20 points at the time, all-star worthy to me.
So, I thought he made one, honestly, but hey, I didn't know that. Crazy. He was a baller with
the Nets, especially in his early days. Like we see him dunking on people now and get like super hyped, but he been doing that his whole career. So that was my
man. I had to do some digging for this one, man. Let me give you a list of people that have one-time All-Stars that have more than what we just named: Sam Cassell, Devin Harris, Jameer Nelson, Jeff Teague, Nick Van Axel, Mo Williams. The player I'm about to describe to you should have made the All-Star game in 2002, which had been the same and last All-Star game for Michael Jordan. This man's name is Andre Miller. Andre Miller during that season, first of all, led the league in assists.
Yes, sir.
Was averaging 17 and 11. 17 and 11 during 2002. This is the same thing as you set up. Think about like Steve Nash won an MVP doing 18 and 11 and 15 and 12. But Andre Miller did not make it that year. And let me tell you the snub about this, okay? So in 2002, the East All-Stars were Allen Iverson, guards, right? Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, right? Those were the starters. Backup guards were Ray Allen, Baron Davis, Jason Kidd, and Tracy McGrady. Now, I know you're like, what? Where does Andre Miller take over from there? Andre Miller statistically had a better season at that time than Baron Davis, who was doing 18 and 9, and Jason Kidd, who was doing 15 and 10. And Jason Kidd was actually a replacement for Vince Carter. So how is Andre Miller not with the first person that replaces at least Vince Carter? To me, that's a travesty. You're talking about one of the greatest players to have an assist ever in the league. I believe in top 10 or 11 in assists. Andre Miller should have made at least one All-Star in what he's done. And that man got traded for this. Darius Miles. Are you serious? Yeah, in the 52-point game. He could miss with the Trailblazers, I think, that game, right? And I'm talking about this is the time when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But again, Andre Miller, one of the greatest snubs for me to never make an All-Star game. But Sam Cassell and Jeff Teague and all these other ones can make it. Mehmet Okur, I'll stop.
No. Not Mehmet Okur. Wow, that could be he paid it. All right. Actually, you didn't take mine, Richard Jefferson. I was choosing between Richard Jefferson and the person I'm about to name.
You probably selected who I was thinking about too.
I was choosing Jason Terry. He averaged close to 20 points a game. But wait, one thing, they needed to add a slot for a 6-man. Like Lou Will, Jamal Crawford, Jason Terry. Like basically they didn't make it because they were 6-men, but they averaged damn 20 points a game off the bench, right? Jason Terry, I remember him in his Atlanta days, averaging near to 20 points a game. I think the highest he averaged was 19.7. But I mean, he was giving folks work. Then he got Dallas 6-man, still giving folks the same work. So I kind of always felt Jason Terry should have made at least one All-Star team, either in Dallas or Atlanta.
For me, when Savage mentioned Southpaw, I thought he was going with the player that I chose, but clearly not. The player that I wish that would have made an All-Star is Lamar Odom. Yep.
Lefty.
Lamar
Yep.
Odom from his rookie year till about 2007, 2008, averaged like I think 17 points, 8 rebounds, a couple of assists and steals. And so I think for me, Lamar Odom was kind of ahead of his time, right? If you're talking about positionless basketball, which is what college basketball is about these days in the NBA, Lamar Odom was it. Lamar Odom could run point. He could play power forward. He could guard. He can guard several different positions. And so I just felt like he was ahead of his time. He could definitely get you a bucket almost whenever you needed one, and then defend on the other end as well. So it's definitely Lamar Odom for me.
No.
Just
No.
you, Sheedy.
Comment from a Hawks fan. No.
Well,
I'm gonna bring up this.
One Cal Corver All-Star too.
yeah, that started 4 to 5.
No, everybody said Amari Carroll. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's 4 to 5.
Same team that never made out the East after the first round. This is the same team. This is the same.
They went to the conference finals.
They went to the conference finals that year.
Yeah, they were balling. I
couldn't select
They
that.
was one. They was like a millisecond away from losing in the second round. Like if Paul Pierce gets that shot off like a millisecond early, they're not.
They still got past.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, man.
Coulda, shoulda. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just being real, but hey, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Well, for me, I'm glad you guys named some great names, and I definitely was dodging some bullets here with with these names. So, but a guy who I felt could have definitely made it during his window of his prime was Ross Strickland. And here's AKA Kyrie Irving before Kyrie Irving. He didn't have the outside shot to back it up, but you talk about a guy that can finish at the rim, barely even going left at that. Like he gets to his right hand, and you're on his hip. It's pretty much a wrap. But in the 97-98 season, he was averaging 17 and 9, and that 9 assists a game was second in the league to behind only John Stockton, which of course would have definitely been enough to get the nod. Unfortunately, he got snubbed as Alonzo Mourning that season was injured, and they replaced him with Joe Dumars. Yes, that Joe Dumars from the Bad Boy Pistons, who was still giving 14 and 4, but 17 and 9 is definitely much better. So he definitely shouldn't have gotten the nod in 97. 98, he was snubbed again. Practically repeated and had the same numbers, but fans chose Penny Hardaway to start. Sorry, Penny, but I'm just being real. You only played 17 games that season. 17 games up to that point, excuse me. And Ron Strickland was still averaging 17 and 9, 18 and 8. So, and he was all NBA that season as well. I think he was on the second team all NBA in 98. So Ross Strickland is definitely a guy who definitely should have been an all-star, especially in that 97 or 98 season. But alas, here we are. But speaking of the all-star game, got a little would you rather here. I don't know if you guys have the graphic for both teams tonight. Oh, there we are.
Come on, update it. Update the list.
I scratched it right myself.
I saw.
So, same order as a would you rather. Who would you rather have as a team representing you? One game for it all. Team LeBron or Team Durant? Same order. What you got?
This is hard because at full strength, I mean, I don't know who. I know AD is not playing, KD is not playing, players are not playing, but I'm gonna go based on what they got tomorrow. One team got LeBron that also has Steph Curry, that also has Jokovic, that also has Damian Lillard and Chris Paul, who probably gonna play hard as hell. So I'm gonna roll with Team LeBron, man. I think LeBron just it looks like a cheat code, to be honest. And I think this is LeBron and Steph's first time playing together ever. Have fun with that.
Right.
I'm with you, bro. If my boy KD and Joel, who I actually was gonna tweet out MVP for the game, like literally right before they said he was going out. So if they were playing, of course I'd be Team Durant, but Team LeBron, like LeBron and Steph on the same team, and you got Giannis and cleaning Dame Lillard, like, oh man, I don't know about that one, man. I want Durant to win, of course, but I'm gonna roll with Team LeBron.
Yeah, please. Durant with that first pick. Could have done better with that. But I know you don't want the locker room trouble, right? But I got Team LeBron. You can put them up in the 7-game series against Team Durant, and that's going to be a sweep, maybe even a gentleman's sweep, possibly. But I got Team LeBron all the way. And I think even when you go to positionless basketball, and you put Giannis as the big and LeBron at the 4, right? Luka and Jalen and Chris. Like, there's so many other options that Team LeBron has as opposed to Team Durant. And unfortunately, to y'all's point, Durant's not playing. I mean, Durant was having an MVP caliber season. And you put him back on this team, Joel and other things change. But again, we don't count injuries. We're talking about who's going to lace him up tomorrow night. And so give me Team LeBron.
Yeah, for sure. I think if KD was playing in this game, and you ran full like everybody's healthy for Team LeBron and Team Durant, I actually would pick Team Durant. Because I think Kevin Durant and I think the lineup that he has, I think that team would actually take the All-Star game more seriously than Team LeBron. Well, than Team LeBron would. But KD's not playing, and LeBron got Giannis and Steph and Dame. So good luck trying to cover the entire basketball court with them players on your team.
So I watched it when they drafted these players, and I got excited. I wanted to see LeBron still together, and when he didn't take a first, I kind of got a little hurt, but I understood because it's Giannis. But I knew Kevin Durant was going to take Kyrie. And once he did that, I was like, there we go. So you can I got LeBron, I got Giannis, I got Steph. Then he picked Luka, then Jokic, Paul George, Dame. He got Dame and Steph together with LeBron and Giannis.
And Chris Paul.
Come on now.
And Chris Paul.
Come on now. Come on, man. Let's go. Team LeBron.
Yeah. If it was, I'm actually gonna go with Skyler here. If this was at full strength, I would have gone Team Durant. It's just too many missing pieces, and then Team LeBron is just extremely stacked at this point in time. So give me Team LeBron at this point.
All right.
Anybody else got anything to add on the All-Star game before we move forward to the NFL? I believe.
Man. Shout out. We're going to talk about this on Starting 5, but Mike Conley, man, that was some exciting news just to see.
That's inspiring. It's really inspiring, man. Like, just real, like,
and also real quick, can I just rant for a quick second? Can y'all just leave the All-Star snubbery stuff? Like, I don't even care about snubs no more. If they get in, people going to vote who they vote for. People was voting for the bald eagle. If he would have made it, whatever. The only thing that matters are all NBA teams. Like, it's all that matters. Like, we don't care about nobody watches the Pro Bowl. I don't watch the All-Star game. Who are the top 3 people at their position at the end of the season, first, second, and third team? That's all I care about. So leave it alone, y'all.
One last thing about the All-Star game, All-Star weekend, as I know, Atlanta going to Atlanta right there.
Oh, yeah. You already know I had to say something.
They're going to take the wheels off the trucks. Shout out to Quavo and 2 Chainz. But those other 2, they could have got anybody else.
Now, Jack Harlow did okay too. Now, specifically mention him, Lil Baby, trash.
I can't.
You and Savage could have did better.
Trash.
You and Savage could have did better. Currently, like out of shape and everything, we could have done better.
He had the nerve to have Ja introduce him, and he proceeded to say, "A lot of people don't think that. A lot of things people don't know is that I can hoop," and proceeded with that performance
on 2K, maybe.
Jack Harlow had Tyler Hero teaching him how to shoot a jump shot. Like, you're not gonna win against nobody like that. And then you got the NBA, which I know we got to move forward. But the NBA who sent out cease and desist letters to Atlanta businesses, party promoters, say, "Hey, y'all need to take our shit off y'all flyer." So it don't matter if we watching it. Atlanta finna turn up right now, and there is nothing, not a damn thing you can tell them people.
Hey, guess what, NBA? You shouldn't even be having the All-Star game. Like, you knew this was gonna happen.
Come on, man. A season assist? Over 200. They said they had over 200 businesses they had to write out for. Yeah. So you had about 200 parties that's about to turn up in Atlanta.
Right. Did you see the lineup of all like the people that's performing?
Everybody come from Atlanta anyway.
And Lil Baby, I hope he was too tired. Hell,
no. You probably had their franchise boys performing somewhere.
Bobby Shmurda coming out there, bro. Bobby Shmurda,
he already out there.
Fresh out of prison.
He already out there, bro.
Right.
Exactly.
Who took these
The
stats?
4 blocks got me, bro.
The 4 blocks got me.
Like, who's
Y'all,
the
please
stat
report.
taker? Who's the stat taker?
Whoever
The
was
person-
working, please report.
Yeah, the girl who was working the tape, but she was keeping up with this stuff.
Yeah.
She put the line point.
Like I didn't catch the beginning because it was already 1-1 when I started watching. So as far as I know, Lil Baby didn't score. At least he scored the first point for them.
I like
Oh my
that
God,
idea.
that free throw was.
I feel bad for 2 Chainz, bro. But
He looked like he could hoop in that Chance to Rapper video, but I guess that's neither here and there.
looks can be deceiving.
What's that?
Looks can be deceiving.
That's true. That is very true.
All right, so get your Panthers gear on.
Let's get it. Well, we're gonna continue our what's wrong with our teams segment, and of course, I will be going. Sharky, go ahead and start it up.
Oh, got a power.
Not bad.
Oh goodness gracious!
I can't wait to look at this.
How you start the
You
power
went all
at the
last
end
week,
of
Savage.
Yeah, just start off yourself.
Yeah.
You should
So, yeah.
share yourself then.
And I don't know how to do all that.
I see
No, so-
2021. I like that. That's cute.
You know what I'm saying? Add tabs. You can make sure y'all follow. You got to know who this PowerPoint was made, created, and established by. So, my Panthers, they had an okay season. It was you go ahead, Shark. It was our first year under Coach Matt Rule and first year coordinator Joe Brady. We finished 5-11, which I guess is okay for, yes, Alma said a rebuild season. We finished third in the NFC South, 0-8. Remember that 0-8 in one possession games.
I remember that.
0-8. If we win half of those games, maybe we can make at least a wild card, but that's neither here nor there. Christian McCaffrey, star running back, missed 13 games, but a positive for this is DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, who I raved about, since his whole career, finally became a Panther. I was excited about, and they both finished with 1,000 yards. They were number 3 duo in the NFL, so that's something to look forward to. But go ahead, Shark. Who the hell is our leader? That is a question that I came into last season trying to wonder. We gave Teddy Bridgewater a $20 million contract, and these are stats: 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,700 yards. But like I said, 0-8 in games decided by, possession or not. I got the Superman right here because as Panthers fans, we have to move on from Superman. He is no longer a part of our organization. That goes for me included. Sometimes I still forget, remember the Cam Newton days, but he is no longer with us. So in order for us to replace Cam Newton and find our new Captain America, we either got to trade for Deshaun Watson. We have to sign someone, which I don't see too many good free agent quarterbacks. So I'm going to say, hopefully we can draft one. So the draft, got the 8th pick of this year. Last time we had the 8th pick was 2017. We actually chose Christian McCaffrey. So that's a good spot for us to be in. According to Todd McShay, they actually got us taking Justin Fields from Ohio State, which is somebody I've been wanting from, day one, black quarterback for one, but for two, got an arm, is to me a top 2 quarterback in this draft. I don't care what nobody says. And Mel Kuiper think otherwise with us picking Mac Jones from Alabama with Skylar. I know you wouldn't have any issue with that. But for me,
dude, that's extremely high for Mac Jones. Hell no.
That is high for Mac Jones.
Skylar, so appreciate it.
Skylar, they got 5 quarterbacks in the top 10 now.
I don't know if that's happening.
Yeah, so the person I would love in a perfect draft for us to get would honestly be Kyle Pitts from Florida. A lot of people would say he's the best receiver in the game. I wouldn't disrespect anybody like that, especially the guy who won the Heisman and Chase and everybody. So I wouldn't disrespect those two. But when you look at the NFL and the way that offenses are ran, you got tight ends who are becoming number 1 receivers. You put Kyle Pitts next to DJ Moore and, Robbie Anderson, and I'm pretty sure Curtis Samuel won't be there. So you have a way to get him the ball. Kyle Pitts will work wonders. Like Greg Olsen came to the Panthers and pretty much was a Pro Bowler every year. So I think we start new. Even though it's a pretty high pick for a tight end, I don't think we can let Kyle Pitts slide, past us if we got a chance to get him. So let's see. Yep. So what I think should be next, I know it's a bunch and y'all probably can't see, so I read the chorus. So let me see what you're doing, Sharp. Okay, so first things first, continue to build around our wide receiver core. Like I said, if you were able to draft Kyle Pitts, I know, right? I used to say that. If we get Kyle Pitts, I'm doing the Pitsy shuffle somewhere, man. But we aren't able to get him. I think somebody like Hunter Henry, who we got, owner who said he's willing to throw the bag at it, and why not get the top tight end out if we're not able to get Pitts. Also, AJ Green is the best receiver that for us to get as far as height goes. Roby and DJ are a little on the shorter side, so I think if we were to sign a veteran like AJ Green, that would work wonders for us, especially if we have a younger quarterback. Also, continue to develop our offensive line, which was okay, but then again, we missed our star running back, so I'm not able to see how good we were. We were able to franchise tag Taylor Moton, who a lot of experts say was the best lineman, in this free agency. So we franchise tagged him. Do I think we'll sign him long term? I don't think so. But then again, like I said, we got an owner who, I guess, in his words, wouldn't mind spending money. So we'll see. And last but not least, continue to grind on defense, man. You look up pass yards and defending pass yards and defending rush yards. We were like dead in the middle for both of them. So we were ranked 15 yards per game. What's that? Keep Rasul Douglas. Savage, you brought him up. And, he came from the Eagles. You said he'd do a great job with us, and he did an outstanding job, especially for a young defense. Like, I would love for us to keep Rasul Douglas. Go out and spend big, go out and get a Patrick Patterson or Bud Dupree, somebody who can make a difference on our defense. Like linebacker wise, I love Shaq Thompson, but he's not Luke Kuechly. We have no identity. As far as somebody like Bud Dupree who could come and instantly, give an energy to our linebacker core, it'd be something I love. But, continue to build around Jeremy Chin, put him back to safety, Brian Burns and Derek Brown to do what they do in the middle. So I think if we do those things, we will have a pretty good season, and I think our record would be 9-7. Let me sound. You can't see it. There you go. I think I put the little checks and what I think. I don't think we'll beat the Bucks. I think we'll split. With the Saints, and we can never beat the Falcons twice in a row. So I do got us, of course, beating Washington and the Cowboys. Yes, and the Eagles, the Jets, Giants, Vikings, and Arizona. I think we will, and I'm actually trying my best to go to that game in Arizona. And I think I'm gonna be the good luck charm for us to beat Arizona in Arizona. So that's why I put a win. Of course, you got the losses: Patriots, Dolphins, Bills, and Bucks, Saints, Falcons. So overall, I think a 9-7 season. If we win half of the games that we're supposed to win in that 0-8. One possession games, I think this would have been a good record to come back from. But in a rebuilding squad, I can take 9-7 in the second year, especially when we get all our players back healthy. So that is it. That is what's wrong with my team. Can we finally get Deshaun Watson?
That was gonna be my first question. Like this 9-7 season, like
that's changing when we get Deshaun. That's changing. That's
with all the weapons that you're probably targeting, especially if you're targeting Kyle Pitts in the draft, it seems as though y'all taking this as if Teddy Bridgewater is going to be your QB1 going.
I think y'all about to y'all going to draft Cam's remix and get Trey Lance from North Dakota State. That's how I feel.
I like that. I don't know too much about Trey Lance, but a lot of people are real high on him. So you call him a Cam Newton Jr. If that's the case, then I love him. Yeah. But as far as Teddy Bridgewater goes, like there is no good relationship as far as Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater. Like, unfollow people on Twitter, that actually does mean something, whether or not we joke about it or not. Like there is no relationship there. So I don't see him, being with the team. If so, then he'll be a backup. As to we'll trade you later on in the season, but I don't really see him. If he starts, he won't finish the season in Carolina.
Okay.
So,
go ahead, Sharky.
I'm about to share something. So, all the players you had to sign with this much cap space.
No, we got much. We got more.
Y'all gonna have more?
No, we do got more. We released the Trey Turner. No, K1 Short. We released K1 Short. We released a couple other players over the last week, so we actually got a lot more than $4 million.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, and like I said, we got money apparently, so that's why I said we get Deshaun Watson, like we'll be able to afford him. So.
Yeah, and for me, you answered my question because I remember last year when we were talking about Teddy Bridgewater, and I was like, I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is that good. And just kind of looking at those stats and really just listening to you don't sound like you're sold on Teddy Bridgewater. So that was my big call out. Teddy Bridgewater to me is a solid backup quarterback. I don't think, in my personal opinion, that he can lead a team to a playoff run, is my personal opinion, but I think to each his own. So that was the big call out for me. I just don't think that you, or it sounds like the Panthers believe in Teddy Bridgewater. But I think if you were able to get Bud Dupree, trust me, I think that would be a good look for you. Because I think as y'all kind of built that defense, I think you kind of need that veteran or that established guy on defense, whether that's linebacker, safety, corner, whatever, to kind of help to kind of bring everybody else, I guess. You know, sometimes all you have to do is just plug in one specific guy, and that builds everybody else up there, that races everybody else on game. So I think that's what you really need. So if you got the cap space, go get him.
I think with Teddy Bridgewater, he was called a game manager, but he had 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Like, you were losing us games essentially. Like, we didn't win a game within a possession. So I think right now, if you look at what we got going on, Sharky, you can contest when y'all had Mariota and then end up getting, the heaven from God in Tannehill. Like, give us something that wants to give us somebody that won't lose us a game like Bridgewater did last year, and we will be just fine. But Bridgewater, nah, he ain't it. And I hate to put it like that.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think going back to your 0-8 point, like your 0-8, y'all are 0-8 in one possession games. Some of that falls on your quarterback. Regardless of how the game ends, some of that falls on your quarterback. And if you're going 0-8 as QB1, that ain't good. Some of you got at least win me 3 or 4 of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about the Cowboys thing. But
you next week.
That's fine.
Be nice.
I think the thing that we kind of glossed over. I agree. Teddy Bridgewater is not like the quarterback one of any team, to be honest. If you look at what he did with the Saints, yes, he went 5-0 with the Saints, but why did he go 5-0 with the Saints? He had a great defense that was on the other side of the ball. He had an excellent head coach. Nothing against you guys as coach now, but Sean Payton is a mastermind as a coach. What else did he have? He had a running back that can not only run the ball, but catch the ball out of the backfield. C-Mac being on for 13 games, C-Mac is undoubtedly an MVP MVP candidate when he's back and healthy. And so when you're missing that type of talent, yes, one possession games are critical and crucial, and yes, do fall on the quarterback. But when the quarterback doesn't have that help with the running back, we talked about this last week with the Steelers not having their running back as established as they could have had with James, that hurts too, because now you're putting a lot of pressure on a guy that's really, really not good. One of the top
good. Not good
in the league. So but kudos for them for still getting 1,000-yard receivers. But I feel like that could have been some garbage time too. But I'm not gonna mix stats. But again, C-Mac, a full healthy C-Mac, I see you guys doing much better this upcoming season.
Yeah, y'all went 5-11, right?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just simply went 4-4 in those
4-4,
games.
9-7.
9-7.
You're 9-7. Yeah.
And there were so many games where it came down to the last possession where Teddy was having to force the ball. He had like Bears game, I think, comes to mind. I think Saints game comes to mind. It was like every time they in the red zone, about to score, pick. In the red zone, about to score. It happened like 5 times. I promise you it did.
The Chiefs game is one he actually got it down there, but he gets close enough to get the actual game when the field goal.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, better luck next season. Like I said, I put Fields or any other quarterbacks I named ahead of Bridgewater at this point. But as long as we upgrade, I think we'll be fine.
All right, cool. All right, it's now March. We still got to give our L of the month for the month of February. I'm about to share our candidates. There are 4 candidates on this list, and here it goes. Got courtside Karen. Remember, on the first day of February, first day of Black History Month, she was yelling at LeBron courtside and got booted from the game. Kamal Severand, as y'all remember this name, if you don't, this is his second time as a candidate for L of the Month. Last year he snuck the girl into the hotel room.
Oh,
Sheedy's famous. She went, she was ugly, all that. That whole argument, all that. But that's that dude. He got arrested for street racing last. And now he's with the what's he? I think he's with the Texans. Let me get.
He's with the Raiders.
The Raiders. Yep. So yeah. So hey, he even got the fact he even got another shot after the Seahawks thing. This might be it for him. You the Watanabe, man, former Memphis Grizzly. Got everybody should have seen that dunk to Anthony Edwards' head. I mean, I can't even continue to explain it. Dunk of the year, and you the Watanabe. No, you former Grizzly, but that's exactly what you are, former Grizzly. So you on the L of the Month list, my dog. Denver Nuggets. We talked about this in the pregame last week. 4-on-1 fast break against the what team was that? Nah, I want a good team.
Washington Wizards. It was the Wizards.
Yep. Who's the L of the Month?
I'll step up to the plate and go first. For me, it's the Denver Nuggets. I'm sorry to tell you. 4-on-1 fast break and you lose the game. You don't convert, so therefore you lose the game. And I think it's more of an L for me because I think in a tightly contested race in the Western Conference, every win is important. And you had a 4-on-1 fast break to seal the game, to win the game, and you don't win it because you couldn't convert in the open court. It's the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher which 4 is greater. Is it the 4-on-1 fast break or the 4 points we gave Anthony Edwards for his dunk? So I agree about the Denver Nuggets though. 4-on-1 fast break. You convert that. I think actually sends it to overtime with an easy bucket, and you keep playing from there. But that was a breakdown of basketball in totality. Like no one. Right. No one filled the lane. No one thought about going up for the easy shot. With the amount of time that was left, you go and get the easy 2, and then you look for the 3 if it's not there, especially with how much time was left. So Denver Nuggets, eat your heart out.
Man, so for me, it's layers to this, right? So I'm looking at each L candidate, and I'm just going to go through it. So 1, courtside Karen. I mean, yelling at LeBron. She probably rich. She good. She ain't really losing in life. The Nuggets, they're going to be a playoff team. One game is probably like, but, I mean, we saw what they did last year in the playoffs and what they've done in the past in the playoffs. They're going to be all right. You don't want Watanabe. I mean, he got in the game, I guess. Somebody wants him. He played decent for the hustle. Played decent. He's playing in the NBA now for the Raptors, so that's cool. And when you're in the NBA, at some point you're gonna get dunked on, unless you Jalen Rose, who claimed he never got dunked on before. So that takes me to Kamal Severand, right? Mm-hmm. Not only did you get a second chance at life in the NFL by from what happened with that woman. I'm gonna say woman. I'm not gonna call it ugly because we passed that now. How you got a second chance in the NFL? How do you get arrested and in trouble again? I don't understand. Is he cut? Has he been cut yet? Yeah.
It's the Raiders. They don't cut people like that.
They ain't gonna cut them.
This a L just for being a dumbass, man. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Savage, look, this is what it was, bro. He said what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas, and
this wasn't in Vegas though.
The case. It wasn't in Vegas.
It didn't happen in Vegas.
Oh Lord, well, I don't know.
He got arrested in Houston for this.
So is he auditioning for a spot on Fast and Furious or something? Why is it
it's free now. Already done filming.
I know.
Some in the water, bro.
And come on now, we know the Fast series stopped being about cars a long time ago.
Now they're doing spaceships.
Exactly.
They're going to the moon.
They're going to the moon.
You saw that out with family barbecues and racing. Now you trying to see what ET got going on. Oh man. I'm a Savage. I guess to be serious, man. I'm gonna also go with Kamai as well, man. Like this your second time, man. You mess up again. Like street racing. Like I know everybody in Houston's happy, COVID free, whatever. Y'all open. I get it, but you ain't gotta go street racing to prove your happiness. Like on your second chance, after being caught up with old girl who may or may not be physically attractive. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, please let me go.
Come on, man. All yours.
I'm gonna go through it just like Savage. Of course, I carried. That's nothing. Stuff like that happens all the time in the NBA. She just so happened to get caught, and she was recording LeBron the whole time, just gawking at LeBron. So that's nothing. The Nuggets will be fine. That's just a random night in the NBA. So they'll be all right. You the one in Abe. Folks get dunked on all the time, every day, B. So it's not even baseball plays like that happen, man. So it is what it is. So yeah, and this was actually my nomination. Keep on Silver ran once again. Savage mentioned just you have a second chance basically in the NFL for basically trying to risk it all for that ugly white chick. Yes, I will call her ugly. So I will call her ugly. I will do that. And for you to be arrested in Houston for street racing, and you're probably not going to even lose your job with the Raiders. He probably is on the practice squad. That's probably one of the things. But hey, who knows? And he probably lost the race too. So it probably is a double L. He probably lost the race.
Cut his mic off, bro. Cut his mic off.
Because the police always gonna get the slowest one.
So yeah, my other one is keep on Silver bro. Like stop.
Oh my god.
Just be a lesson, kids. Don't risk it all for ugly white women. And if you're gonna street race, make sure you have the fastest car.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that new commandment for let's be real though. Don't risk it all for ugly white girl. We adding that to the list. Hey, too. I'm sorry, bro. That was hilarious. I can't believe he said that. I can't believe he said that.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Man. So I don't come from behind it.
Just speak from the heart.
All right.
Okay, I won't.
Courtside Karen, you do why not be eliminated? Because like I said, everybody gets dunked on every day, B. Courtside Karen, that everybody gets you up there from the front row every day, B. So come on, Superman. All right. I was gonna choose different nuggets. Y'all almost had me switch out to come on, Superman. But that's gonna get this tiebreaker going, man. I know them nuggets are going to recover, but obviously Kamal Superman is gonna recover because he hasn't been cut yet. And this happened like 2 weeks ago. If he was really gonna get cut, he would already been cut.
So we're probably on the practice squad. He'll be cut by the time training camp shows up.
Oh my god!
He'll probably sneak another white girl in there. Well, it is Vegas.
Hey, cut his mic off.
So obviously
they were in the car together. All the attention on them.
Like I said, obviously he's still getting opportunities. So I'm gonna go on and get this a tie, and we're gonna take this to a Twitter poll. Denver Nuggets, dog, that was an epic fail on that fast break. Yes, they're going to recover, but they ain't getting past the first and second round. So no, they're not recovering.
Exactly. Thank you, sir.
So they keep the Denver Nuggets. I ain't gonna take this to Twitter, y'all. Twitter, y'all gonna have to decide between Kamal Superman and Denver Nuggets after this. And yeah. Oh, you gone, Scott.
No, I just feel like, but when we post it on Twitter, we gotta play Trevor's Clipper. That of course was gold. Man, that was hilarious.
Oh,
I can't believe he said
And to make matters more weird, right? I'm reading what it say on ESPN, and it said that he initially stopped for the officers, then continued to drive another mile before stopping. So pretty much the officer, he was losing, but then he stopped, and then the officer saw a chick, with him, and he didn't want to be caught with her, so he kept going for another mile. Let her go, and then got caught by the police because he didn't want to be caught in public with her. So,
she was probably white. So
Next segment.
It was the same chick.
Next segment, please.
I love white people. I just want to
Please.
put it out there, by the way.
Please, school. Please.
I'm sorry. Do I get?
Go ahead, Trevor. I'm sorry. Mhm.
No, they need a job. You go.
The only thing I can say after all of that is, please wrap it up. If that's your choice, sir. If that's your choice, do what you do. But anyways, Schooling with Sheedy. So next month, ladies and gentlemen, will be Schooling with Sheedy be its own segment, which will be a little bit different from LBR. Let's be real itself. I look forward to giving you guys quality content that has already been out there with IDK Sports, and Let's Tighten Up as well. Let's Be Real is coming for everything that we deserve, and I'm letting you know that right now. So make sure you stay on the lookout for that. In regards to Schooling with Sheedy, doing something a little bit different today. I felt like it was needed, but it was a great series that we did with African Americans and higher education and our thoughts about those things. And all we did was just give you facts. So, I mean, if you don't like facts, you're looking at the wrong show. However, I know it's about 2:39, but class is in session.
Sheedy, before you go, is it a segment or a podcast?
It will be a cast of pods.
Shut up.
But anyways, it'd be short segments though, like how we do now. So of course I'll solicit my brothers to be on there as well, as we have been called on each other's show. It only makes sense that all the cream's gonna rise to the top together. With that being said, a little bit different segment, like I said, for today. I just want to get you guys' thoughts about, and I'll pose a question to give you guys some time to think. What is the craziest name that you've seen Black people name their kids? And so take a moment to think. Good. And so, like, you know, it's just crazy how we as Blacks always give names to things sometimes we can't afford, like a Lexus or a Buick. And then also, you know, if we don't like something, we call it America with 3 Ks and you know, stuff like that. These are things I know. However, the craziest name that just doesn't fit for Black people, and I'll just keep the same order I see on the screen, which I'll start with Took, actually, since he's ready to go. We'll go Took, then Savage, then Trevor, and then Skylar and Sharky in that order. Thank you, Sharky, for that adjustment. Took, let's hear it.
I've seen somebody named Dash, and it was LA-LA. Yeah.
Look, Dasha. Her last name is Johnson.
Or Washington.
Something real basic. Yeah. It's always those crazy names that have the like really basic last names, unfortunately.
What y'all got?
So we know about that one football player, the coldest Crawford.
That's a cold name, man.
This man's name is the coldest. So I think he plays cornerback. So hopefully he's the coldest cornerback in his draft, or not draft class, but his recruiting class. So I'm gonna go with that one. But I got another one that I'm looking up real quick. So y'all go ahead.
Hold on, come back to me because I'm trying to find one myself. So,
is it my turn? I think. All right. So for me, it's not a name. It's not a person's name, but Black people and Black Twitter, for y'all giving pandemic another name like Panasonic and Panoramic, I think it's hilarious.
It's funny.
We have been quarantining for going on a year now, and we've been in a pandemic, and for people to call it a Panasonic, a Panoramic, a Pandora. Yeah, like yeah. So for me, I think that's funny. And then also I've got my last one was, but yeah, that's the one for me.
All right, I'm about to scoot and Sheedy off and look at Trevor's name. I know that's a reference to Vision. I assume. That's the name for me. Vishon. And Jarvis with an apostrophe. Jarvis. But
yo, I get it now. He been having this damn thing.
Hey, nah, bro.
I get it.
Bro, show had the pick like if someone talk to you, he's like, nah, bro, me and Wanda don't talk no more, bro.
yeah, but I do have another one. It's a person me and Skyler met our freshman year in high school. His name was Lee Eric. I just never seen Lee Eric. You know, it's not just Eric. It was like Lee Eric. And it was no apostrophe. It was straight up Lee Eric with no apostrophe. So hope my guy ain't watching, but yeah. He tried to cover my name. So years later, I'm over here saying like, yeah, his name went.
Oh boy.
Hey, it's crazy. I actually got two more.
All right, I know. I'm gonna circle back to Savage and Trevor first, and then I'll get back to you too to see if they got theirs. Yeah.
All right, so I was thinking about Precious Achua's siblings. So I'm gonna go through the names.
God's gift.
God's gift Achua, God's will Achua, and then you get like Grace Achua, Promise Achua, Peace Achua.
Hey,
which I mean, by all means, I'm sure that it's probably a cultural thing, but it's a very unique name. God's gift and God's will.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I was actually able to find one too. Speaking of the word unique, there's actually someone whose name is I'm Unique. And it's spelled I''M, and then unique as it's spelled UNIQUE. And that's all together.
God loves them. God loves
Apparently.
Because they
What's up, too? Holla at us.
Actually, we actually know one.
I'll let your boy.
Udarius, my guy Udarius.
UD.
That's my brother, man. But it's spelled EU and then Darius, but it's pronounced Udarius. And then I also have a friend that I grew up with, spelled the same way Darius, but it's pronounced Darius. So
twins.
Us too.
Yeah.
We had twins named Darius and Darius.
Yeah,
in high school.
What, they spelled the same way?
No, it's spelled different. Darius is spelled with an O.
Oh, okay.
So you saying yours is Darius, but
it's all Darius.
Right.
Wow. It's all Darius. Udarius, Darius, Darius, Darius. Like, but I think that's very interesting. When we
Can't forget the classic though. Can't forget the classic Ha Clinton Dix. So
that's not his real name though.
Oh, it's not his real name. Okay.
I think it's Nick Line.
Touche.
How about Meta World Peace? I guess that was technically a name.
You showed me a statement with that. That's not.
I mean, he rocked it for a year or two.
I mean, he got a world championship.
He won a championship, and he won a championship with it.
We actually have
it's not one I said it was Meta World Peace.
And unfortunately, he also made an All-Star game 1 year too. Well deserved, but he made it as Meta World Peace, I think. I don't know if it was as Ron Artest with the Pacers, but it should have been. The reason why I brought that question up is I did have a chance, and I'm sure my brothers did too, to watch Coming to America over the weekend. And of course, reviews are different because some of us didn't watch the first one. So I will not say anything. But what I will say is because the name came about, well, not a name, but a food came about. The food was caviar. And I can tell you, I know a few young ladies named Caviar who, if you put caviar in front of them, wouldn't know what exactly caviar is. And so that's kind of how this all got sparked in regards to that. If you haven't seen Coming to America, of course, would garnish you to do that. I do want to say one last thing. Shark, is there a way that you could show my name as well? Here, yes. Last ending piece before we end class is Earl Lloyd. For those that don't know who Earl Lloyd is is the first African-American to play in the NBA. Not only is he the first Black player to play in the NBA, he also came from HBCU, which comes from my home state. Yes, I'm a Black kid from West Virginia. He graduated from West Virginia State, which is an actual HBCU in the state of West Virginia. So shout out to Earl Lloyd for that in history. There's some other history that happened in Atlanta. I will leave that where it's at. But the more you listen, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more you know. You know where to find me. This Sheedy. Class dismissed.
Cool. The reference back to Coming to America. Y'all notice my name, Toppins at the bottom. That was a reference made on Coming to America. So you just had a chance to check the movie out. I tweeted Friday. The movie is the prime example of look at stuff for yourself. If I had listened to everything I saw before I saw the movie on Friday morning, I went out and watched the movie. But I decided, like, no, I'm still gonna watch it, and I loved it. So to each his own. It was hilarious to me, but you know how people are. Got your negative views. We all have different opinions, so don't never look at somebody. Oh, this ain't good. I ain't gonna watch it then. Nah, still watch it because you might think different.
I think we should do a poll and say what's like a movie that you like that everybody else hated. Get some engagement.
Yep. Like that one. Specifically, it was a sports movie.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's get it. All right. Anybody else got anything?
Nope, I'm still trying to get the fact that they hit that dang half-court shot.
I'm over it now, man. I'm over it. Let's go.
All right.
Tigers win the tournament, y'all. You heard it here first. Coach Savage, I got y'all. I got you.
Sure hope so.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right. Until next time, man. Hopefully
Go
next
Tigers.
week. Yeah.
Go Tigers. Yes.
Hopefully this Sunday when we record, they will be in the tournament. But until next time, peace.
No ugly white chicks. Peace.